Integrity Commission recommends to examine source of Prime Minister's wealth. Teachers are scared after getting threats. No water at some schools in Brownstown while police take out another wanted man. This is Undiluted News. Mikey Bones reporting. The Integrity Commission has recommended that both the Financial Investigations Division and Tax Administration Jamaica examine aspects of the financial affairs of Prime Minister Andrew Holness. The referrals are contained in a troubling 179-page investigation report of the IC, which was tabled in Parliament yesterday. Separately, the IC did not refer the Prime Minister for prosecution for failing to declare a number of bank accounts on which his name appeared when he filed his statutory declarations with the Commission for the 2019 to 2022 period. Meanwhile, the Prime Minister has strongly rejected the recommendations of the Integrity Commission to examine his financial dealings. He said he has complied with everything within the law and that he has worked hard for what he got. He then got defensive and said the Integrity Commission was politically weaponized against him. But he has to know that the people have a right to know how you come to have so much money. That's all. Several primary and high schools in Brownstown St. Anne have had their water supplies disrupted due to vandalism at a National Water Commission pumping facility. The NWC says critical electrical components to operate the pumping unit at the Egypt Relief Facility are among the equipment stolen, which will require significant resources to replace. The brazen act is on the heels of a similar incident earlier this month at the New Grown facility, which also resulted in significant damage and disruption. The NWC says in the latest incident, York Castle High, Brownstown High, and primary schools are without essential services. Communities including Ingleside, Orange Hill, and Benin have been affected. The NWC says the frequency and targeted nature of these incidents suggests a deliberate scheme to disrupt the water supply in St. Anne. Meanwhile, 2 adults who were charged in January after 3 illegal firearms were found in a motor vehicle in which they were traveling were offered bail on Monday. During a search of the vehicle, 3 9mm pistols with loaded magazines were found. Sheena Price, a 33-year-old businesswoman, was offered a $100,000 bail following an application by her attorney, Carol Phillips. Kimar Bent, 27, was also offered a $150,000 bail following an application by his attorney, Donahue Martin. Miss Prince and Mr. Bent and 2 minors were charged with possession of a prohibited weapon, unauthorized possession of ammunition, and being part of a criminal organization. The 2 15-year-old minors were previously offered bail. Meanwhile, teaching and learning are in limbo at the St. Elizabeth-based primary school where the 7-year-old boy was found with a gun last week, as several teachers are contemplating resigning due to the level of threats issued. The teacher who discovered the firearm has since resigned with immediate effect, and threats to harm people at the school and in the community have been issued by a caller who is threatening revenge. Fear has gripped the institution since the weapon was seized, and last Friday, a day after the incident, the principal sought police escort to the institution. Classes were also dismissed early as less than 50% of the student population turned up. Police have now reported that the father of the 7-year-old boy was questioned and released, but their investigation continues. So this is saying that a 7-year-old turned up to school with a submachine gun, the teacher called police, and now everybody's life is in danger. That means the teachers are to allow submachine, AK-47, and 9mm Glock and any kind of gun and just pretend that they don't see it in school. Jamaica gone bad for true. Hanover's most wanted man, 24-year-old Twain Gunnings, otherwise known as Tuffy, has turned himself in to the police. Gunning, a laborer from Rock Spring in the parish, surrendered on Tuesday accompanied by his attorney. The police said Gunning has been on the run since December of 2023 following his alleged involvement in a murder in Green Island, and it is further alleged that he was also involved in a shootout with police in April of this year, during which he managed to escape. The police said he is now facing charges for both those incidents, and he has also been identified as a person of interest in several other gun-related crimes that have occurred in Hanover. The police have made significant progress in recent weeks, with several wanted men being apprehended across Area 1. Among them is Joseph Mackenzie, also known as Jayo, who was arrested in St. James on August 25th and charged with 3 murders, 1 shooting, and 1 possession of a prohibited weapon. Likewise, Michael Williams, otherwise called Dry Goods, was apprehended in Bogue St. James on September 14 and is also facing murder charges. Meanwhile, a man was killed in a reported confrontation with the police during a targeted operation early yesterday morning on Akitree Lane in Grange Hill in Westmoreland. He is identified as Shakil Simit, otherwise called Rebel Side. Deputy Superintendent Shunjay Mitchell, who is in charge of operations for the parish, said during the operation, which started shortly after 4 o'clock, there was an exchange of gunfire between the man and members of the police team. And during that confrontation, the suspect was fatally wounded and taken to hospital where he was pronounced dead. A 9mm pistol has since been recovered, according to the police. Onto sports, Bigger Thompson, head coach of Chapelton Maroons, is expressing delight after his team made a triumphant return to the Ray and Neville Jamaica Premier League competition on Monday. The Maroons, who were demoted 2 seasons ago, recorded a hard-fought 2-1 victory over former Premier League champions Harbourview in the opening match of a doubleheader at the Anthony Spalding Sports Complex. Javel Ellis in the 12th minute and Nathaniel Ho in the 63rd were the goal scorers for Chapelton. Substitute Andre Fagan scored for Harbourview in the 60th minute. In the other encounter played on Monday, Waterhouse edged Racing United 1-0. On to Manning Cup, it was brutal as Mona High carried off a 8-1 beating of Tarrant, while Charlie Simmet flogged Gainsted 14-0. Jonathan Grant ran over Waterford 2-0. Campion College beat Meadowbrook 4-0. And it was a 2-0 victory for Kingston College over Jose Marti, while Holy Trinity edged Papine 2-1, and St. George's put on another show, beating Norman Manley 7-0. On to Doncaster Cup, Cornwall College has now made it 3 wins in a row, beating Irwin 1-0. Frome did the same, winning 3 games in a row, beating Knockalva 6-2. Anchovy beat Cambridge 2-0. Rossies were 3-2 winners over Green Island, while Grange Hill beat Godfrey Stewart 2-0. Mannings has now gone 3 wins in a row as well, beating Little London 4-1. Spot Valley edged Holland 3-2. Cedric Titus beat Mushet 2-0. Monroe College were 4-0 winners over Newell. BB Coke beat Stets 1-0. Belair beat Mount St. Joseph 4-3, while Mayday beat Cross Keys 4-1. Belfield were 3-1 winners over Troy High. Christiana beat Alston 8-0. Glenmore put on a big showing, beating Winston Jones 15-0. While Varian Old Harbour played to a 0-0 draw. Brownstown beat York Castle 1-0. Ferncourt and Marcus Garvey played to a 2-2 draw. Wycliffe Martin put on a show beating Iona 11-0, while Magrat beat Tatius Golding 5-1. Kempshill were 2-1 winners over Fogger Road, and Malden edged Herbert Morrison 1-0. And that's going to be news and sports on your favorite radio. My name is Mikey Bones. I gone.